For all episodes and more information, please visit us at marriedmillions.com.
Let's see. What is a typical day like in your business?
Well, I will start with that one, and I will say there is no typical day, except that it's always very long day. We always start fresh on our mind with what we want to do, and as soon we hit the desk, um, everything shuffle and change. We always have something to go and take care of right away, like, for example, this interview, and then we have other things to do, and then whatever we thought of doing in first things in the morning will be pretty much first thing in the afternoon. Uh, so it's really basically a full day for me and for Lisa. I think it looks like it's more than a 10-hour day. It could be even sometime reaching 16 hours, but feels like it's only like 8 hours a day.
A typical day feels like you're doing a million things, and then at the end of the day, you feel like you didn't get anything done. But you do, but you feel like there's still a million things to do. We're in a stage in our business where we're in a little growth spurt, and we need some extra hands. So we end up doing multitask. And but a typical day, I'd say, is a lot of emailing, a lot of phone calls, a lot of interaction with designers, for me anyway, giving feedback, talking to customers on the phone, and then trying to get a minute in to talk to the IT guy that's working with us to, make changes on our website. Frederic the same, giving input to the employees here and there, and then taking care of, like right today, I'm actually taking care of getting a company to do testing on our product that's supposed to ship from China in about a month, as well as trying to get quotes from a freight forwarder to get the product here. And then on top of that, scheduling for a client to talk on the phone on Monday about a new project for design services. And then today, let's see what we have going. We have a deadline for another customer. It's a product called Mad Balls. They're licensing this product to put in little candy novelty toys. So it's a typical day is crazy.
So how would another couple start in your industry if they wanted to start? The education, the resources, financing, all that kind of stuff.
Before anyone starts any company, I would advise researching whether that product or service is in need. I think a lot of times we come up with ideas and we're passionate about them because it's our own idea, but we don't take enough time to research, to test market, to see if actually there's money to be made. And everyone will sit there and say, you know what, I don't care about the money, I just want to do what I love. But in the end, you really do need to make money in order to make your company survive, unfortunately. So it is about the money. We are not like a company that we have to make a lot of money, but we need to make money to pay our employees, and that's our promise to them is we want to keep them employed, so we need to make sure there's work coming in and make sure we make the right decisions in what we decide to do. I think, like, for example, if you were going to start a restaurant, I would say go and get a job with a restaurant and learn that business first. If you've never done it before, learn about it. We kind of naively started our toy company because we'd never done manufacturing before. So, we're hypocrites in that sense, but we've learned a lesson from doing it ourselves that, maybe if we had done a little more market research, we would have made different decisions. But it's very tough because there's a lot of things. It takes a lot to get a product or a company on its feet. And I'd say, make sure you have a partner or somebody that believes in what you're doing that you could work together, and when you're down, you have someone else to pick you up. Because that was one of the key things with Frederic and I working together was, you're starting your business. It's really tough. A day might not go so well, but the other person picks you up and keeps you going.
Yeah, it is not an easy task. You have to have a right combination of everything. Roy Rogers was also starting, his business with his wife as a partner as well many years ago for the food company. And many other ones are doing it every day. You can read in Entrepreneur magazine very successful stories. However, there's a lot of unsuccessful stories, as you know. A business used to say you used to have to have 3 years in business to be successful. Now it's about 5 to 6 years. So some people are okay. They could do a couple of good sales, but doesn't mean the business is going to be doing great in 5, 6 years. So yes, like Lisa mentioned, you have to make sure your partner, and if it is a partner that you don't know, you have to be very careful because partnerships are very difficult with strangers or a member of the family as well. You have to start a business. You have to have a lot of money because the banks are not giving you any those days. You have to make sure you are set up as far as computerized administrations, like all the secretary staff work, because that does take a lot of time. Could be doing email campaign, could be receptionist, it could be all the service behind it, not just what you want to offer as a product or as a service. So you have to have a backup.
I think that Fredric's right in what he's saying. However, if you were someone providing services such as graphic design services or cleaning services, I think if you're working as a freelance, it's much easier. You don't need a lot of money to start that business because you could just have business cards printed very inexpensively and just start, joining Chamber of Commerce and networking. One of the best ways to get business is networking. It's through word of mouth. I wouldn't spend a dime on advertising to start a business. It's a total waste of money if you don't have the money to repeat it. And the best advertising is word of mouth.
Well, also the word of mouth, and if you do a good job after you did a good service or a good product, you can actually count on the PR, and the PR is probably the best advertising money you can spend. It's still time. Time is money, so you have to spend a lot of time to do good contact, good PR, and you have to shoot a lot of emails and packages out there to be able to be recognized and be published. Like yesterday, we just found out we were actually printed into Parents Magazine on page 32 for one of our products on October issue, which is great. It really helps. Something like this in the advertising money is worth about $32,000.